Many of the enemies of Israel and Jews want Israel destroyed. They want another genocide of the Jewish people. Many lie that this is their intentions. Others hide this intention or try to obscure it with diversions and accusations. They want a demonized Jew and by extension a demonized Israel. There is an expression that if enough shit is thrown against the wall, some of it will stick. And so they focus on anything and everything, real or made up, that will make people despise Jews and Israel, or at least turn against them. It is easier to hate, persecute, rape, and slaughter a people when they have been demonized. In this cruel and brutal world in which millions of people are being raped, persecuted, murdered, wounded, and driven from their homes in the many conflicts and wars raging across the planet, there is not a single word of outcry if the Jew cannot be blamed. There's no one protesting, raising their voices, quitting their jobs in protest, risking their lives to bring food or expose the conflict and harm, lifting their fingers or voices to do a single thing, even as millions of people are starving and being harmed, raped, wounded, mutilated, murdered, ethnically cleansed, and slaughtered from the many wars and conflicts raging across the planet. The war against Israel, the lie that is being told by many, is that the war is about something other than destroying Israel and wiping out the Jew. They will make it seem that the war is about some deficiency in Jews or Israel, or that it is something that Israelis have brought upon themselves. Their reasons to hate and demonize, just like anti-Semitism or hatred against Jews, changes with the times and moods of the mobs. They will say it's about apartheid, even though Jews are the majority population of Israel and all Israelis, including the sizable Arab minority, have equal rights, including the right to vote, the freedom to practice religion, and more. In apartheid South Africa, a tiny white minority ruled a large black majority population that had no rights. They will make it seem it's about colonizing, settlers, indigenous, or something else, even though Jews have always lived on that land. Jews have lived not only on the land of Israel, but throughout the Middle East and Africa for thousands of years. These Jews, many of whom were ethnically cleansed and driven from their homes, and their descendants form the majority population of Israel. Not one single person from the many lands stolen from indigenous people and then now live on those lands originally stolen, including across North America, Australia, South America, and many other places, and that call for the destruction and genocide of Israelis for allegedly not being indigenous, is willing to leave their own country in that they are not indigenous, and in order to stop from being a hypocrite. Jews are not white enough, or Jews are not white, or Jews are not real, are nonsense spewed by some to keep the hate and war going. Others base their hatred and desire to see Israel and Jews destroyed on demented religious beliefs. They falsely see God as a reflection of their own evil. Some believe demonically that killing Jews is a religious duty sanctioned by God. The accusations, the inciting to keep war and hate flowing are endless. To be clear, criticizing or opposing the government of Israel is legitimate as long as the goal is not the destruction of the nation and its people. Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Iran, Hezbollah, Houthis, and many more do not hide their true intentions. They say in their words and writings that their aim is to destroy Israel and to slaughter Jews. They want genocide. On October 7th, when Hamas and Islamic Jihad were able to attack babies, children, and defenseless people, they did not hesitate to rape, burn alive, behead, kidnap, mutilate, wound, and slaughter thousands of helpless people. They then retreated to Gaza to use the civilians there as their human shields to hide beneath and behind in their tunnels. If Israel loses a single war, millions of Israelis will be raped, mutilated, enslaved, beheaded, burned alive, and slaughtered. This is a war against the Jew. and it is causing great suffering not only to Jews but also to Palestinian Arabs. A decent human being recognizes that Jew and Arab are bound to one another on a small piece of land, and that the hate, demonizing, incitement, terror, no matter who is doing it, only keeps the killing and violence going. Unfortunately, that is exactly what millions want, because they hate Jews so much they are willing to see millions of Palestinian Arabs die just to get at the Jew.